Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if you are new here, my name is Sarah and I currently live in Kraków, Poland. And today I thought it would be really fun to kind of break down the differences between Poland versus America, which is where I'm originally from. So in this video, we're going to be talking about lifestyle differences and environmental differences and obviously language. Pretty important, everyone already knows what that is, but I kind of want to go a little bit farther. I've already lived in Poland for about 2 years now, and I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of what's it like in Poland versus what my life was like in America. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do, be sure to subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up because I'm making a lot of videos every single Wednesday, and I would love to have you stick around because I'm talking all about life in Poland. I'm showing you some travels, just like weekly things in my life. I have a puppy that is also super cute, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos, and let's go ahead and get started with some differences between Poland and America. The first difference between Poland and America is that Poland has grocery stores within the malls. What? This sounds like such a crazy concept, but grocery stores, electronic stores, all of those things are located within the galerie here, which is Polish for like mall. So, in America you have a separate grocery store, and then you have a separate place where you have to go buy your pet stuff, or like your like electronics would always be within like a Target or a Walmart. Here it's all separated out and it's all within the mall. So like for example, if I have a few errands I need to run, like I need to go pick up a new phone charger, I need to go to the grocery store, and my dog needs a new water bowl, I can just go to the mall and everything is there. Granted, there are different stores you have to go to, but I can get everything within stopping at the mall. So I can go to the to Media Markt, which is where all of the electronics live. So washing machines, hair dryers, phone chargers, that kind of stuff, all lives at Media Markt. I can go to Media Markt to buy my phone charger. I can go to the grocery store. I can buy all of my groceries, and then I can also go down to the pet store and buy anything I need for my pets. So super convenient. I love that about it because in America it was always, like 3 or 4 different stops, and I always had to drive at least 15 minutes to get somewhere. So I love how convenient this is. The second difference between Poland and America is how easy the transportation is here in Poland. So in America, you own a car and you drive everywhere. Like at least where I used to live in America, it really wasn't easy to walk or take the bus or anything like that. If you did use another form of transportation, it was usually bicycle. But here in Poland specifically, transportation is so easy to come around. I live right by a tram stop, and the trams are everywhere here. I can actually put a picture here of like all the tram lines, but it is very affordable to take the tram. It's really easy, it's convenient, all the lines connect. You can take the tram almost anywhere you want to go. And if you don't want to take the tram, it is so easy to walk everywhere. Like you can probably walk to like everywhere you need to go within 20 minutes, maybe 30, depending on where you're going, but everyone walks here because it is so convenient to get to. People take their bikes. You have scooters, which are now a huge thing around here. They kind of got rid of the segways, so now the scooters are a big thing here, and I personally really like taking them. They're so much fun. And yeah, if you don't want to do any of that, you can always Uber, but most people here in Poland really don't have cars. If you have a car, it's considered a luxury. So it's also really difficult to get a driver's license. So like me and Andy both have driver's license and we have our car, and that's considered like, wow, big luxury. To be perfectly honest, if we didn't have a car, we 100% could still get around and do everything we need to do and be just fine. So a car is optional, but it's nice to have. The next thing that's different between Poland and America is what I kind of already touched on previously, but it's the fact that everyone walks. And where I lived in America, no one really walked. It was always a thing, oh, I have to go to the grocery store. It's a 5-minute drive. I'm just going to drive instead of walk the 15 or 20 minutes that it would take to get there. So here it's completely different. People are always like, well, how can I drive? Or how can I walk instead of driving? So if that makes any sense, it just makes a lot more sense to just walk instead of driving, paying for parking, figuring out a parking spot. That's always a struggle here in Europe because the parking, like the streets are so tiny, and a lot of the time it's only on-street parking. And so 99% of the time I will choose to either drive or to either walk or to take the tram or to take an Uber, because otherwise it is completely pointless for me to drive, spend 20 minutes trying to find a parking spot, if I could have just walked within 15 minutes. So that's usually how it goes, and I really just love that everything is so close and so convenient. We joke now that we've lived in Europe for 3 years and Poland for 2, that if we don't live within walking distance of a grocery store, we're not using the apartment, or we're not going to rent the apartment. And it's just funny because in America, our grocery store was 7 minutes drive, and we were like, oh, that's totally fine. And here I'm like, if I have to walk any more than like 10 minutes to a grocery store, then I'm not doing it. So it's funny how your mindset changes. Another thing that's different here in Poland is that every Sunday businesses shut down. And I'm not just talking about like your office job. I'm talking about your grocery stores and some restaurants and maybe some convenience stores. I mean, everything shuts down on Sunday. So it is nice because I live in a bit of a bigger city. Kraków is almost 1 million people. So if you are downtown, yes, things will be open. Restaurants will still be open. The train station is going to be open. Some small convenience stores will be open, as well as gas stations. But if you run out of groceries, I mean, you just go out to dinner that night. You know, like all of like the shops are shut down. So if you wanted to go shopping that day, nothing's open. So it definitely takes a bit to get used to. I remember when we first moved to Europe in 2017, I forgot about this rule because it kind of extends throughout Europe. So this one time we ran out of everything on a Sunday. I'm like, I'll just go to the store. I walk all the way over there and everything is completely closed. It's like, oh my gosh, I forgot. So in a bigger city, it's not nearly as much as closed, but in the smaller cities, nothing will be open. So it's kind of interesting because in America, everything is always like 24/7. You always have access to everything. Another difference between Poland and America is conversation. So yes, I know the language barrier. We all know that is different. But in America, it's always email or text. You never call people. And here it's opposite. If you want anything done, you have to call them because they see emailing as just a total form of inconvenience, and you're just a little lazy and you don't want to actually talk to them. So if you want anything done, if you have something important or you just need to get an appointment, you have to call. And I hate doing that so much because as an American, I am just not used to calling people. So it definitely takes a bit of an adjustment, and I'm still trying to get used to this, but it is a difference, and it's something that I had to learn the hard way. Last, but certainly not least, most noticeable difference here in Poland versus America is how different the way of life is. So in America, from my experience, it was just always go, go, go. People always have a drink in their hand. They're always on their phone. They are just very high-paced, high-stress environment, and it's exhausting, honestly. Here in Europe, specifically Poland, definitely not that way. People take an hour, hour and a half lunch break, maybe 2 hours depending. They'll sit and have a beer with lunch. They will start work a little later. They'll go home a little earlier. They get a lot of time off during the summer months. They get really good vacation deals. The way of life here is a lot slower, and people understand that there's a work-life balance, and everyone just seems a lot happier here. So, you know, again, I could go on forever about this, but I just really like that everyone here knows how to slow down and just really appreciate the time that they have with their family versus the time they have at work, because those things are completely separate over here. So I really like that, and I really want to try to start implementing that into my own life, because even though I work from home, it's very easy to have my work life get caught up with my, you know, family life and everything. So it's definitely a good lesson for me to learn to just kind of like take it down a few notches. So there you have it. Those are just some pretty basic differences between Poland and America. Of course, there are so many more, but just as like an overarching viewpoint, this is what I kind of feel is important. And you know, the longer I live here, the more I've learned, and just even looking back to when I first moved to Europe, how much I've learned in 3 years is really crazy to me. So I'm excited to just keep learning and keep moving forward, and just really experience more of what this culture has to offer. And of course, learning the language. Polish is a really difficult language, but we are trying. We've taken about a year of courses, and that is nowhere near to get us near fluency, but we are certainly trying, and we can pick up more and more as we are out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe subscribe to my channel if you want to keep seeing more videos about Poland and what my life is like and kind of what we're up to on a weekly basis. So again, I make new videos every Wednesday. I would love to have you stick around. Thanks so much for watching again, and I will see you in my next video. Do widzenia.